prepared than ever for its deadly role in Iraq. Flying from the seized Talil Air Base in southern Iraq, A-10s fly numerous missions as coalition forces launch one of the greatest military assaults since World War II. The assault of Baghdad. For the A-10 crews, it would be the challenge of a lifetime.
We were flying up towards Baghdad. We were excited to go up there, but the hair on the back of our necks was standing up and your heart was beating really fast. I actually said a lot more prayers stepping into the cockpit that day.
There's all those different emotions running through your mind, and you're saying, please, let me do what I'm trying to do and do the right thing.
Calling the Warthogs to their targets is another essential member of the ground command team, the Forward Air Controller, or FAC. A-10 pilots take turns to carry out this job, using their specialist knowledge of the mission in the air to coordinate with the soldiers on the ground.
We go to a battalion and we speak Air Force to the Army. We make sure the no fratricide occurs. Air Force doesn't shoot the Army, Army doesn't shoot the Air Force. Keep them deconflicted, but then secondary to that is make sure that those A-10s affect the battlefield for the Army.
Everyone's talking, just trying to get permission to actually execute the attack. And those sound like simple questions, and this sounds like, pick up the phone and ask, but when you're asking one airplane who's relaying to another guy who's probably, 400 or 500 miles away sitting in a room somewhere, it takes time. And, oh, by the way, every aggressive fighter pilot in Iraq at this point is making the same phone call, trying to get permission.
Thanks for the work. Sorry, I got your name.
The FAC is the A-10 pilot's first point of contact on arrival in the area. Part of his role is to provide the pilot with the target coordinates with pinpoint accuracy.
It sounds cold-hearted, but it's very systematic, They tell us the targets, we find the targets, we kill them, we report it's killed, next target. And it just goes, next target, next target.
On arrival over the battlefield, the A-10 pilot often has to use basic technology to locate exactly where the target is. In pilot Eric Yehemowitz's case, an Iraqi missile site.
I went down with the binoculars and was searching the target coordinates. The 6 missile launchers weren't where they were supposed to be. So it took me a little while to search the area. The Iraqis had moved them probably about half a mile to a mile away. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I don't know if that radar operator sees me with that missile, but I see the target next to it, and it was just an awesome feeling.
Your focus then, all of a sudden, is into this one little area is what you're looking at. As you roll down, pilots call it the chute, or when you roll in to employ, that's it, the whole world melts into just this little area.
And I was able to lock this thing up and fired that missile, and it came screaming off the rail.
From over 17,000 feet, the long-range 300-pound launch and leave Maverick missile travels to its target. For Yehemowitz, the seconds seem to go on forever.
I'm waiting and I'm thinking, oh man, the missile went stupid, it went flying into Iran. It should have hit by now, and I'm like, oh man, I'm in trouble. It just felt like an eternity.
It is surreal. You're so far up, it's hard to hear anything on the ground. You're so used to hearing the jet. It's like the white noise of having a fan in the background.
But then all of a sudden, boom, just a massive explosion, and it is totally elation. Now I know I got him.
You pull off, get a little more altitude, and then turn back and take a look. And it's a little fire show for you.
It's just so professional, it's unbelievable. There's not a lot of hooting and hollering, and it's not like Top Gun, people screaming, yeehaw. It's war, and people are dying, and everyone knows it. We're sitting on the edge of our seats, concentrating that we don't get shot down for once, and then that we don't hurt the wrong people.
Going in there, I said I have 2 objectives. 1, 0 fratricide, 2, affect the battlefield. And they were in that order. My #1 goal was to prevent fratricide.
Knowing where the friendly forces are is paramount if the A-10s are to protect them. And losing sight of troops on the ground can lead to mistakes or deadly friendly fire.
As a fighter pilot, that's our first job, to find out, is there anyone out here that we don't know about? You know, it comes down to a fight with friendlies nearby. Weapons release is going to be authorized by the guy on the ground. So you have to have that warm fuzzy, that you've got the complete picture, that you know these are friendly troops, those are enemy troops.
But even with all the advantages of modern technology, relying on this alone can seriously jeopardize the troops on the ground.
Yes, there are technological ways. There are also old school ways, giving a good talk on, making sure you're confirming with that aircraft that he really does see the friendlies. There's 1,000 ways to make sure that he's looking at the right thing and you all are on the same page of music. And I used every single one of them, because I'd rather drop 0 bombs and have 0 fratricide than drop 1,000 bombs and have 1 be on a friendly position.
Despite the fear of horrific friendly fire accidents, the feeling of flying the plane is the love of every hog driver and the reason for signing up.
It's no race car, you know, it's not the Porsche, you know, it's not even a pickup truck. In such a neat airplane, because I feel like I'm flying with the seat of my pants. I can feel everything that's happening to the airplane. None of it's magic, it's all me. Whatever it does, I made it do.
The 60 Warthogs deployed for Iraqi freedom dominate the skies, firing an incredible 311,597 rounds of 30mm ammunition. The flying gun performs amazingly.
We lost a few folks in the first Gulf War. We didn't lose any in the second. We lost airplanes, but we didn't lose people. That's a testament to the aircraft itself. If I had to be in an airplane and be shot at, the A-10 is the only one I want to be in.
The A-10 is an awesome airframe, and the fact that it works with you, and it feels like it's a part of you. And it's one of the only airframes left that it's true flying. You can feel it fly.
The A-10 means close air support at its finest. It's been my home now for 8 years, and I love it, and I hope I get to stick with it, and I hope we get the upgrades we want to take us into this next century and keep supporting the Army. But I think it's just an awesome weapons platform. It fills a specific niche, and it does it really well.
Able to keep flying with battle damage that would cripple many other designs, and lethal to any armored vehicle in service, the humble Warthog of the 1970s has come to rule supreme over the digital battlefields of the 21st century. Due to remain in service until at least 2025, the A-10 Warthog has proven itself to be one of the most effective aircraft ever flown in the U.S. Air Force, and a legend to those who've flown it.
She is not very clean when it comes to protuberances and bumps, and so she's not the sleekest looking piece of machinery that I ever designed. But she got the job done.